Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how we installed a brand new kitchen backsplash into our new construction home. I will share the entire process with you guys from beginning until end. I'll share with you how it looked before we actually got started. We decided and opted not to get the backsplash installed by Ryan Homes whenever we built our house earlier this year, and so we knew eventually we wanted to do it. Currently, I am 35 weeks pregnant, and so we decided to knock one of these home projects off our list before baby is actually here. So we decided to install the backsplash ourselves. Ryan Home does install a little like 4-inch backsplash along all of the granite, or at least that was what happened in our case with our design choices for our countertop. So I will show you what that looks like. We actually removed that and then put up all of the backsplash in our kitchen. We decided for us it made more sense just to install it because we knew that we could do it and it would be more affordable. We actually also looked to outsource it, to have somebody else do it. We looked into having Lowe's come out and have them install it, and we got a quote and still were like, that's a little bit expensive. I think we can do this ourselves. We've done it in the past before, but we knew with a really large kitchen, we were like, shoot, should we not? Well, we did it. And I want to show you how we took it from beginning until end. And here's how it looks now. That's the only after little clip I will show you. You have to wait until the end of this video to see the final grand reveal. It looks so good. You guys are going to love it. And I hope this video is helpful if you are building a home or just want to install a backsplash. I hope this video is helpful for you step by step. See how it goes. Let's get this party started.
All right, so my wife has asked that we put in our backsplash. So we bought some backsplash from Lowe's. Shout out to Lowe's.
All of this.
And I actually have all of my good tools on a job site. So I'm going to show you how to pretty much do all of this with some basic household tools. Before we can even backsplash though, we have this granite 4-inch backsplash that they've kind of put in here for Ryan Homes, and we need to remove it. So I'm going to show you how to do that with a hair dryer. I don't even have a really good one, but we're just going to go ahead and use this pry bar, Cobalt. Shout out to Cobalt. I don't have any wedges, but the angle of this gives me a good wedge, and then I'll hammer that through. So you can see I've already done one. It took me 2 minutes. It's fairly easy. Of course, I'm not done yet. And I've got like a basic hammer that you can get at like a college dorm move-in kit. You start by just going ahead, creating a quick laceration on the top of your 4-inch block. Do the same thing at the bottom. You're gonna take preferably a heat gun, but this is my wife's Revlon. Every good man should have a good Revlon in his toolkit. Put it on high heat, put it next to the granite or stone that you're trying to remove. What that's gonna do, it's gonna warm up the silicone that's on the top and at the bottom, so it'll go through this wood. Start to warm that up just a little bit. Then take your pry bar, start to get some space in here by hammering this in, crank it out, then here it is, and then it should just fold right down. What I just did, don't do that. That was kind of aggressive on the actual countertop. Then you just pull that apart, and there you have it. So I've done it once. I'm not too concerned about any of this. I'm probably just gonna scrape this glue off. So eventually we'll put our mud and our tile all the way across. But I'll show you how to do this again. And I'll do it right over here, real time.
And you totally can keep this whenever you do your backsplash. We just decided we were about to do the backsplash. We were like, wait, should we remove this part? Like, will it look weird to have this and then the backsplash on top of it? So that's why we're removing it. And apparently it's really easy to remove. Like what Emmanuel just took off here, it didn't do anything to the actual countertop. There's a little bit of glue here, just like this, that I think just literally peels off with my finger, but nothing is damaged with the actual countertop. So I think it's gonna actually look better. We were like, if we install the backsplash with this up, we're gonna always think like we probably should have removed this. So now that doesn't seem too hard, keep at it.
How does my hair look?
Beautiful.
I just want to communicate that when you're doing your first pry bar, you're not trying to like jam it into the wall here. You're actually just trying to create a little bit of separation. So if you come in close, you'll see that I've created just a little bit of separation. I'm not trying to hacksaw this whole thing off all at once. And I'm going to continue that process. My goal, just a little bit of separation. So I've done this bitty section. Now I need to warm up the rest of this piece of granite because this is a long piece of granite. Do a quick little separation with the pry bar, bring my wedge, bring it over, do it again, repeat. All right, so I forgot to mention something, and you guys should check on this. When you start, you're gonna run into it regardless, but as you can see, there's a very long piece here. But as I began to crank this open and start to go over all the way, I started to realize that this is actually a split piece. So if you really zoom in here, and I'm not sure how great the camera is gonna be able to capture this, but
you can see it.
There are 2 pieces of granite connected together. So actually, this makes my job 10 times easier. In this case, I'm gonna take out this whole whole piece, and then I'm gonna take out that whole piece, and then we're done.
I think the same thing is over here on this really long piece behind our sink. I'm pretty sure there's a seam like right behind the faucet.
One last thing, when you're doing this, once you get it open and you're like, oh, it's free, I do not want you to just crank this bad boy open. The last thing I want you guys to do is open up all your drywall. So just take a knife and just scooch it back here and cut any of that glue. That's why you're warming this thing up, so that any of the glue that is back there, you can cut that. You could also take like a knife.
And there's just glue on the top part, right? It's like not the whole piece. It's just that top edge is where the glue is.
So the glue is back here, but then they also put dollops of glue. Here, 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 every couple inches.
Which is why you see like those brown marks there. Like that's where the dollops were.
Big thing of glue here, they put a big thing of glue here and a big thing of glue here. That's how they did it. So what you want to do is come back there. In this case, I'm just using a knife. If I was really having all my tools, I'd probably use a putty knife to do this, or I would get an extra long blade and I'd cut it. But you know, everyone's got a butter knife or steak knife. This works too, as long as my wife's okay that I might be ruining this knife slightly. I'm just cutting that glue free. Oh, it's free. Oh, it's like butter. It shouldn't be a... It should be very easy.
Okay, so Manuel's taking off this big chunk of that little granite on the back. And now it's my job. I am up. I'm getting tapped in to do the backsplash prep. I think I put some stuff back there and then I stick the tile onto it. So that's my job. And he's gonna show me how to do it.
You just use a bunch of super glue and you just stick it on there. Oh no, this looks like it was opened already.
Oh no. We bought one with a crack in it.
This is a crack in it.
This is no good.
Well,
good start.
Well, it looks like, it's still soft in there. Let's just try it.
Oh no. Oh, it still looks okay.
Oh, that looks pretty good. It's probably not going to be as soft as it could be. We're going to make this work. You take your trowel, or this thingy, and if you don't have one of these, go to Lowe's. They're really cheap. And we're going to just make a quick little line. And if you get stuff all over the place, who cares?
Well, because it just wipes right off of the actual granite, right?
Yeah, don't let this dry though. If you let it dry, you're screwed. And then you get this little handy dandy thing to kind of make the curve.
So this is like for the edges.
For the edges.
Wait, are we doing the edge of the cabinet or the counter?
You tell me.
And what happens if you put too much of this?
You just wipe it off. And then we're gonna squish that sucker in.
How do you know if it's straight?
I'm eyeballing it.
I think we should get a level. So we decided we're gonna take the backsplash to the edge of the actual countertop versus the edge of the cabinet. We just think we like that look better. So Mano has these little edgers that we had to put in first, and he needed to cut like one of these little corner pieces too.
Pretty straightforward. It's aluminum. It creates a border. Then you gotta get this little piece here. That creates that little corner piece. And then eventually I'll put a little bit of glue all the way around there. And then from now on, we'll stick our tile in here and go right to left.
So we need more of this. Is this called mortar?
This is called tile adhesive.
Oh, tile adhesive. So while Manuel puts that tile adhesive mortar stuff on, I want to show you, this is the backsplash that we got. We got this at Lowe's. Instead of just doing like a basic white subway tile, which is what we did at our townhouse with Ryan Homes, we decided to go a little bit wild. There's a little bit of marbling in here. I think it'll look nice with our marbly granite that we have. So it comes in these big packets, but do we keep it on these things or do we take this off? So I think we're gonna lay it like this back here. All right, one piece down. How many more to go?
3,000.
3,000 more to go. So it's been a few hours since our last update on our backsplash project, and it's a little after 7. We just put Carter to bed. So we've had a couple pauses.
Hey, you tried doing backsplash with a 1.5-year-old going.
So we made a lot of progress during his nap time. That's when we first recorded. And then he woke up, needed a couple things at Lowe's that we didn't have, like some of the grout and stuff. So we had to go get that. Now we're in like the cutting phase on like the sides. We've been slowed down a bit, but I wanted to show you where we're at right now. We're still just on this back wall right behind our stove. And Emmanuel is doing some of the manual cuts. I think he's almost done with that corner piece. And then all we have left is like right up here. We have to cut all of those pieces too. I forgot to mention that we have to put these little plus signs or X's in between everything to make sure everything stays even. I did a majority of like this part, like the easy stuff, and now Emmanuel's doing all of the hard little precise cut stuff. Also will mention, Emmanuel now owns a wet saw. It's out here, of course it's cobalt, and so he's able to make all the cuts here at the house. When we did this before, like at our other Ryan home, our townhouse, we had to go to Lowe's to have all of the cuts made. Lowe's will do it there for free if you buy the tile and like the backsplash there, so that's cool, but it's way better if it's at your house.
All the fellas out there, I just want to say, excuse my wife. We both understand that that is a miter saw.
Oh, I thought it was a wet saw.
Not a wet saw.
Oh.
We will show you the wet saw.
Are we using the wet saw or no?
You use the miter saw to cut these bad boys. You just put this sucker down.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the tile pieces.
The wet saw.
Oh, we haven't even used it yet?
This is the wet saw.
Oh, I just was pointing to the wrong
just
thing.
to be clear,
Miter saw, wet saw.
you usually want like a box for your wet saw, but again, all of my stuff is at a job site. So I've created a box so that it splashes the water all on these frames here, and this doesn't get me wet. So I just go in here, use my wet saw, and then click play. It's extremely loud, so I'm not gonna do it, but I've created a little bit of a wet box on top of our Christmas decor.
Remember that time we did a garage update where we showed all of our organization?
Hey, okay? I'm a working man, and I will clean this up one of these days.
But shout out to the installation because you're able to work out here and it's almost December.
It is basically 70 degrees in this garage. It feels great.
Can't stop, won't stop. It's 9:30 over here and we are determined to finish this back wall that we started today. Still want to finish one wall. The other ones will be a work in progress probably during the weekdays. We're gonna finish this one. So Emmanuel already mixed up the grout that we got. We got the color warm gray. Now he's gonna apply it.
Toothpaste.
It looks like toothpaste.
Just toothpaste. Just get some toothpaste, put it on this back on this thing, whatever this thing's called.
Get one of these.
Get some toothpaste, throw it on there, and that's how you do it.
All right, here he goes.
Woo. Started from the bottom, now we here. Ooh, like butter, baby.
We're officially on wall number 2. We've been up right now. It's almost 8 o'clock. We've been up this morning working on this. So we took it from this side the whole way right past the sink and we're still at it, right?
Still at it. Let's go.
Carter, say, let's go.
Let's go.
We are back working on the backsplash. It is 7:30 in the morning. We've been up since like 6 working on it with Carter, man. Emmanuel's doing all like the precise little baby cuts that I'm not super good at.
All I know is you gotta get swole to put in tile.
And then this is what I've been working on. Everything with the orange spacers is what I got done this morning. So we are making a lot of progress. And Emmanuel also went and got one of his tools at one of his properties. So this is making it easier, right?
Yeah, don't make all your cuts with a wet saw. If it's a simple cut, throw it in your tile cutter, take your slicer, slice it across, and then there you go. That's your beautiful cut. Saves a lot of time. YOLO. It's like 30 bucks.
So Emmanuel is wrapping up this back wall and we ran into a slight issue. So we decided to take the backsplash like the whole way around to the edge of the granite everywhere. And so on this little side wall, what was our issue, Emmanuel?
Well, one, my wife said that I had this crooked.
Well, it was a little crooked and it still might be crooked.
Anyway, so I brought it down. This outlet is going to be, if you can imagine with me, a little bit higher than I need this to be. And I don't want to do any type of pushing this higher because if I push this higher, it's not going to align with the rest of the trim work that we've got going on. And it's not going to be a beautiful sight line. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to take this piece off, cut a hole to right here, and I'm gonna move this box down. Anybody could do it.
We'll see how it goes. All right, so it's Thursday. I wanna do a quick little check-in on how our progress is going with the backsplash. I will say, this shouldn't take you like all week long, but for us, we're just doing in like small little, I'm gonna call them power pockets during like the morning before our son gets up or once he's up and so he's like running around, or we'll do it randomly like on in between meetings for work or after work late at night. So we finished the entire wall there where the faucet is and wrapped it around. Emmanuel actually was able to adjust and like move down that outlet so that the switch is not in the way. And so then today, this is the final wall that we have here in our kitchen. We just need to do this last little bit. Emmanuel was working on most of this. I did a little bit, but he was working on most of this here this morning before he had to hop into some meetings for work. Our goal is to finish doing this and then let it dry and be able to grout. I am just so excited to see it all kind of come together because it looks so good back there behind the stove where you have like the grout in there. We'll need to like maybe fill in, I think he said to fill in a couple little like holes or like touch-ups we need to do. And then we'll probably seal it and then it's done. So our goal was to get it done by Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, so stay tuned. I think we're gonna make it. So it's officially Friday, the day that we set to have our goal of being done with all of the backsplash. And how is it going?
See them biceps?
Oh, is the biceps part of the backsplash?
I mean, the grout work in here is just
Right. So we just went through all of this and made sure all the detail work was good so that we are ready for grout. I think Emmanuel's gonna take the grout bag and start mixing it up.
It's right here. Sorry, I'm playing vacuum with our son over here. This is the grout that we're using. It's warm gray. It's kind of like pancake mix, just add water.
And as he does that, I'm gonna go back through and do the detail work here so you can see that like some of like the tile adhesive stuff, I need to scrape that off. Since we didn't do it all in one day, we have to like scrape it off with like a sponge and a little razor blade. So I'm gonna work on that and Emmanuel's gonna start doing the grout over there with Carter.
Grout in 20 minutes before work. Yeah. So this is it, guys. Put the bag of grout in here. Again, it's like a warm gray color. And this is it. You just add some water. Don't add too much, just a little bit. Then you take your handy dandy mixer and you mix it. More water. And when you finish, you get something that looks like that.
Oh.
Ooh, like butter. Like, what's that chocolatey stuff? Like Nutella. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. And then just for kicks and giggles, start from the bottom. Whoop, get it in there. That's it. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, what the heck is that? Can I play with it? Can I eat it?
So it's now Saturday on our Backsplash project, and I promise we are almost done. We took a little bit of time this morning to like polish up all of the backsplash just to make sure we got all that extra grout off. And then Emmanuel went ahead and sealed it too, so that if we like get water or stuff on it, we can actually wipe it and not mess up the grout. He did that. That was a success. This is what we use.
Sealer.
Sealer.
It's actually pretty funny. It's called the Impregnator.
The Impregnator Sealer. We get this at Lowe's. We put that in like all of like our bathrooms and everything. So we put it in the kitchen. So that is kind of just like soaking in, and we have all the windows up because it smells pretty bad. I was in my office, so I didn't have to inhale all of it. And now I think we're gonna be able to put everything back and take some after photos, and after like little grand reveal. We did it.
We did it. We're done. I still need to do some caulking.
Oh, we still need to do some caulking.
Some of this.
So we're not done.
Some caulking stuff all around the edges, but pretty much we're done.
Yeah, we got this at Lowe's too. This is the same warm gray that the grout is. I think this goes around the edges. We can put everything back, clean up, do this whenever. So it's officially grand reveal time for our kitchen backsplash. Our kitchen is clean, probably the cleanest that it's going to be in a while. So I thought I would show you exactly how it looks now that we are completely finished with the backsplash. I love it so much. I feel like it was so worth it. Those like early mornings, late nights. I love how it looks and came together. So let me show you. So this is what the kitchen looks like now that the backsplash is completely done. I just feel like it totally transforms the space. I feel like it really elevates how our kitchen looked. I feel like before it looked fine, but now with the backsplash, I just feel like it looks so much nicer. I love it. Let me turn on the under cabinet lighting because I feel like you can see it even more whenever we have that on. But this is how it looks. We did every single surface area. Really, really proud of us for doing this little home project. I hope that this video was helpful, whether you are building a Ryan home or you just want to do the backsplash yourself. I hope this was helpful to show you that you can totally do it yourself too. I can put in the description below all of the like tools and all of the materials that we use. Of course, the price will definitely be different based on whatever tiles or whatever you decide to put on your actual backsplash. We do this like mosaic looking tile. You could do subway tile. You could do a lot more expensive tile, but this is what we do. We love it. We sealed it, and it's been working really, really nicely behind the sink or when we're cooking above the stove. It's been so nice to actually have backsplash, not just like paint. So hit like, hit subscribe. I will link more of our home updates and home construction videos all in the description below, and I will see you guys back here on my channel very shortly. Bye.